Hello. Today we are going to talk about fascinating fish. Hi, I'm Finny Fish, and I'm going to help you learn about fish. I'm sure you know some things about fish already, but did you know that fish do not have eyelids? That's right. Come along and learn more fascinating fish facts as we travel through the ocean, meeting some of my fish friends. Here come some of my friends now. Do you see something that we all have in common? We all have fins. Fins help fish move through the water. The tail fins of fish are sometimes called caudal fins. Fish that have rounded caudal fins are slower swimmers than fish with forked caudal fins. In fact, the deeper the fork, the faster the fish. All fish move their tail fins from side to swim. Have you ever seen fish swimming in large groups? Some fish swim in large groups to protect themselves against larger fish. Large groups of fish are called schools. Schools can have hundreds or even thousands of fish. Here comes a school of fish now. Something else that all fish have in common is that they're covered with scales. You can't see my scales very well from where you are, so let's take a close-up look at one of my fish friends to see his scales. Have you ever been this close to a fish before? Now you can see the many small scales that cover our bodies. Scales provide protection for fish. This is another friend of mine, the four-eyed butterfly fish. You can see its scales too. Can you guess why it's called the four-eyed butterfly fish? It doesn't really have four eyes, but it looks like it does. This helps to protect it by making its enemies think it's swimming in the opposite direction. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm sure you're wondering, who would be enemies with a fish, right? Well, fish are usually eaten by bigger fish. Big fish, such as sharks, feed on medium-sized fish. Medium-sized fish feed on small fish. Small fish feed on tiny sea animals and plants. Many people don't think of sharks as fish, but they are. You can tell because they have fins, they're covered with scales, and they have gills. All fish have gills for breathing. Since fish live underwater and never come up for air, their gills are designed to pull oxygen from the water around them. You can't see my gills from where you are, but let's take a closer look at some fish to see their gills. Can you spot the gills on these fish? Fish belong to the big group of animals called vertebrates because they have backbones. Most fish have bones like you and me. If I could take a look inside of a fish, I would see its skeleton. However, some fish, like sharks and rays, have skeletons made of cartilage instead of bones. Rays and sharks have skeletons made of cartilage. They're also unique members of the fish group because while most fish lay eggs, many types of sharks and rays give birth to live young. I told you fish were fascinating. Do you think you can remember all of the fascinating facts we've learned about fish? My fish friends are going to quiz you to see. What covers a fish's body? Good. Scales. What helps fish to swim through water? Yes, their fins. Name one way fish protect themselves. You could have said a variety of things, but maybe you remembered that sometimes they swim in large groups called schools. How do fish breathe? They breathe with gills. What do fish eat? Many fish eat other fish or tiny plants and animals from the sea. Are fish vertebrates or invertebrates? They have backbones, so they're vertebrates. How many kinds of fish can you name? If you want, pause the video here and make a list. See how many fish you can name. Thanks for swimming through the ocean with me today to meet some of my friends. I hope you think fish are fascinating too. Maybe you can visit the library to learn even more about fascinating fish.